Hey there, Liz. It's Jay, obviously. One thing I thought I'd do to kind of help you, but more importantly, be a little bit more respectful of your time, is make you a video here of the Jeep Grand Cherokee that we were kind of both looking into. One of the reasons why I thought this would be a little bit more beneficial is our Chevy store is actually going out of business. I told Ethan that. I don't know if he mentioned that to you. So I just found out today that they took $1,500 off all of their pre-owned cars, so they got to get rid of things. So good news is, hey, it might be something you'd be interested in. So obviously it is the Grand Cherokee. It's going to be the Altitude Edition, so you'll notice that even the Grand Cherokee kind of along the side is dark. You'll see that the wheels, they kind of have a darker finish. This is the jet black metallic, so you'll see kind of a lot of the chrome in the grill to pop. You do have the LED headlamps, so kind of those very bright blue lights. I don't know if you've drove in Ethan's car at night, but just a little bit more clarity that they kind of move with the steering wheel as you turn. And of course you'll see the fog lights down in the bottom of the bumper as well. So kind of walking around here, I'm looking for scratches, dents, scrapes, or dings, and I don't see any here. I see one little tiny ding right here. You might not even be able to see it, but I'll see that that gets corrected at least to something, a small PDR. Along to the rear, it is going to be the Limited. So you'll notice, again, kind of like the chrome bumper guard, you'll have your rear exhaust tip. You do have a backup camera, but you'll also see kind of the little dimples in the bumper as well for the park assist, meaning that it's not only going to show you what's behind you on camera, but it will also beep at you when you get too close to something. Liftgate is going to be power. Space-wise, you'll see is a lot. Obviously the seats will fold completely flat. It is going to have more room than your current Escape for sure. Then I'm going to go ahead and shut this. And on to the interior. One thing you'll notice, a little button here for the advance key. So if the key is in your pocket or purse, you can walk up and use that to lock and unlock the car. You'll even notice like the little heated sign in the side mirror, and that's because your outside mirrors are heated for the winter time, but I believe you park in a garage regardless. Everything is all black leather in here. You'll see that you have the white stitching that goes up the seat and kind of throughout the console, and then you do have one-way memories. So if you're driving the car, or for instance if your slam piece is driving the car, at least that way if he messes up the seat you can press a button and recall. And then again you'll kind of see everything is full leather in here. So you'll have your 8-inch Uconnect screen. I don't know if you remember Ethan's old Jeep, which actually you wouldn't, because I believe when he came to PRI, I forced him to drive Mazda. And then of course you'll see that you have the sunroof in this. So hopping in, screen is kind of interesting. Jeep, they always do this little bit of a redundant thing, where you can see that your climate controls and such can be controlled here. You'll have a dual zone. You'll see 67 on both sides, but I can adjust that to 65 if I wanted to. And you'll see things like you'll have an auto start and stop that it can shut off at stoplights to save gas. I think it's kind of stupid. You'll see that you have an eco mode to save a little bit of gas mileage, which might be beneficial driving from Moon. Obviously your defrosters and so forth through here. Volume for the radio. You do have an upgraded sound system, so you'll see kind of some of the longer speakers up in the top of the dash, and even the little tweeters that they added up here in the door pillar. Now down here is going to be sort of your array of apps you can use. So obviously radio, everything is touchscreen up here. I'm on XM. Media would be everything from your cell phone. I can go into controls. You'll not only see your heated seats on both sides, but you're also going to see your heated steering wheel. You can even adjust like the clarity of your backup camera. Applications for different things that you can actually download the Uconnect on your cell phone and turn on your heated seat from your cell phone if you chose. Climate-wise, you could do all of the air conditioning kind of up through here as well, and then you will see if I click NAV, you are going to have navigation in this also. I'm just going to click View Map, and that way we can see that. If I shift down here into reverse, you are going to see that it pulls up your backup camera. You might have heard it beep at me, and then obviously as I turn the steering wheel, you'll see that you'll have your active guidelines as well as your censorship kind of show up through here. Let me go ahead and put that in park. Now the screen up in the center is just sort of like this little LCD screen that you can kind of change through different functions and features. For instance, you'll have like a smaller speedometer up at the top. You can kind of go through your different devices and such. Or you can do a digital speedometer. You can put it back to the oil change, if I think, there we go, then we can just go kind of a traditional gauge wise. Now down here you'll see you kind of have your Jeep off-terrain mode, so sand mode, snow mode, auto. You'll see mud and rock, or auto, obviously hill descent control, and a 4-wheel low, so a little bit more of a pickup system if you would. And then everything is push button start, so I can go ahead and just shut it off via the press of the button here. Now I'm going to show you the last few quick things going along to the rear seats here. You'll see again all of the leather continues. You'll notice that the back seats not only have sort of USB devices down here, but there's also a traditional plug, and you'll notice that the back seats are also heated. So for instance, if your daughter's riding in the back, she can heat up her ass in the wintertime too. Now the liftgate I did mention is power. That can also be kind of done via the key fob, so if you're walking up to the car in a parking lot with groceries or something like that, you can just use it via the key fob. You might see a lot of the metal flake pull there right where the sun's hitting it. And then the very last thing that this also does have, which might be nice, especially since your car is parked outside at PRI, is if I hit the lock button and then this button twice, and you'll see it started right up. So you do have remote start built right into the key fob. So hopefully this helps. One thing to also keep in mind, Liz, we did run over the Rorik Advantage. So all of your oil changes, your inspection stickers, all of that is covered for the life of ownership with our dealer group. And it can actually be done at the Lexus store, which is less than a mile from where you guys work. Or you can just I'll bring you a loaner one day and, take your car in myself. So hopefully this might be something you consider. Let me know. Luckily, it'll be here till the end of the month close. And I do appreciate it. See you later.